With how often I've worn this shirt, I've lost count how many times I've worn this shirt in my videos, and I'm pretty sure I have like over 600 videos on my channel now. So this might very well be one of the 100th times I've worn this shirt making a video. I like this shirt. I like it. It's comfy. Okay. Hi again, everyone. Scott Player, Pop Gold fan here, and in this video, I finally saw Oppenheimer. I saw it last night with my family, and I want to do my review for the movie here on my channel. And before I do give my review on the movie, I have to say it's funny because this movie, it came out the same day as the Barbie movie, and ever since, Barbenheimer has taken the internet by storm. So it's kind of funny, not gonna lie. It's like the new event level cinematic weekend that happened from a week ago, and it's crazy because it's like a meme online now, and it was an event, sort of like when Avengers Endgame came out. That was also a cinematic event. And it's a little funny because Barbie is literally the complete opposite of a movie like this, Oppenheimer. So those are just my thoughts on Barbenheimer. Oh my god. And yeah, Oppenheimer, this movie, I think it's easily one of Christopher Nolan's best movies I've seen in quite a while. And granted, this isn't a movie for everyone. It's an acquired taste. I think a lot of historians will really appreciate this movie. And, I mean, obviously some things about it were, probably fictionalized compared to the actual events, because this is a movie based on a true story in history. About the person Oppenheimer and how he was essentially the father of the atomic bomb, and he became very famous for it. But originally, before he helped make the atom bomb, he was a physicist. He quantum physics. And I remember when I was watching the movie last night, it made me think of Big Bang Theory, because that was what Sheldon was studying all the time on Big Bang Theory, string theory, and quantum physics. So it was kind of interesting hearing about a real life person that studied in that field, and it was really interesting. And you have so many historic figures in this movie too, like Albert Einstein. He's in this movie, and many others that I didn't really know about before seeing the movie. And it was just really interesting hearing about all these people and what these people did back then. It was really interesting, and also almost every single actor in this movie I recognized. It's a stellar cast. It's an ensemble cast, and especially all across the board, all the acting was really well done from all of the actors, especially Cillian Murphy as Oppenheimer himself. I thought he was phenomenal, and I really liked Emily Blunt in this movie. But one standout performance that I have to give major praise on is from Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr. Wow. I really liked him in this movie. He was essentially kind of like the villain of the movie, and I really thought he was a very interesting person to follow as the movie went on, because every time there was a scene with his character, it was done in black and white, flashbacks essentially, and the way this movie sort of juggled going around in time, it varied a lot throughout the film, which it is my one little con about the movie, which I'll get into that a little bit more. But I liked Robert Downey Jr.'s character, and how by the end of the film he did essentially become the villain of the movie, and it was interesting seeing that. And there, the what was interesting about this movie is that the reason why it's not a movie for everyone is because it's very exposition heavy. It's very exposition heavy, because you're listening to characters, you're listening to scientists and politicians talking, sitting down for most of the movie, which is why it's not gonna. This isn't gonna be a movie that everyone will like or enjoy, because it's talking about many different aspects of history. World War II, the creation of the atomic bomb, the Cold War. These are things that are that needs to be taken seriously because it was part of our history, and I thought that was really fascinating. And this movie it's not for the faint of heart. There weren't any moments in the movie that made me tear up or anything, but it was really intense though. And you gotta also give praise to the sound design, the sound editing in this movie, and the music. That was phenomenal. I thought that was really well done. The sound editing, especially in moments when Oppenheimer is almost is stressed in a way that he starts to visualize an atomic bomb going off, but that's happening inside his head, not actually in real life, but in his head he's visualizing a bomb going off. And I always thought that was really interesting whenever that happened, because I could tell that he felt guilty and very intense in the moment, on the inside, and the way they visualized that with the sound editing, and I thought was really well done. And throughout the entire film, I wasn't bored, but like I said, this is a movie for history buffs, basically. I recommend this movie to people that appreciate that kind of stuff in movies, and I don't mind it because it helps me learn more about history, and it's really fascinating, mainly because themes like this have been addressed in movies that I have seen, like Planet of the Apes, for example. The original Planet of the Apes film series focused a lot on how a nuclear war could end the world, and there were definitely a lot of lines of dialogue in Oppenheimer that kind of made me think of the older Planet of the Apes movies a little bit. But, and speaking of one of the actors in this movie, Dylan Clark, he was in the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, so I thought that was interesting seeing him in this movie. And I just think that this was a really well done movie. But as I was saying just a little bit ago, one major con that I do have about this movie is that because this was jumping around in time so much, it was a little bit hard for me to follow the movie at first. And also for the fact that this movie is 3 hours long, mainly because it's telling Oppenheimer's entire life within 3 hours. With a movie like this, it's sort of like a documentary, like a autobiography of Oppenheimer's life. So because of that, this movie is really long. It's 3 hours, and I definitely felt that, especially in the back half, like the third act of the movie. And because of that, it is a bit of a slow burn, which is another reason why this is not a movie for everyone. But nonetheless, though, like once you get actually invested with the story, it's really fascinating and really riveting and intense and intriguing at the same time, and all of that was just so well done. I think this is easily one of the best Christopher Nolan movies that he has done in quite a long time, probably ever since The Dark Knight, if I have to say. And like I said, I think all the actors in the movie did a great job, but I think my favorite actor in this movie is definitely Robert Downey Jr. Definitely an Oscar-worthy performance, definitely. And yeah, I thought this was a well-done film. It's just, like I was saying, it's not a movie for everyone. It's a movie that caters to people that appreciate social commentary in movies and how it can teach us about ourselves. And that's what I always liked about movies like this and the Planet of the Gate movies. It's really fascinating to me, and I loved this movie. I thought it was great. So if I had to give this a grade, I'd probably give it, I think I'd give it an A minus. That would be my grade for this movie. So I'm not sure how many views this video is gonna get because of the Barbenheimer thing, but we shall see. We shall see. I haven't seen Barbie yet, so I can't give my thoughts on it, and I'm not sure. Honestly, I mean, I am kind of interested in seeing the Barbie movie now. I wasn't at first, I wasn't looking forward to that movie at all, but I am considering it now that I think about it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Oppenheimer movie, my review, and what I might potentially do a review for the Barbie movie eventually if I see it. So that should do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.